jam 8 kok di sini. Halo Bang.
Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua, dan salam sehat. Pertama, kita mengucap syukur kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa, di mana atas segala berkatnya kita boleh melakukan kegiatan Qualify 2021 yang dilaksanakan oleh Universitas Quality dan Universitas Quality Berastagi. Menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya, hadirin kami undang berdiri di tempat masing-masing. Baik, hari ini kita akan memulai perlombaan pembelajaran dan pidato bahasa Inggris. Dan saat ini akan dipimpin oleh Bu Jenita. Kepada Bu Jenita, kami persilakan. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Jangan, Sembiring MPD, and I am one of the judges for the speech contest today. So welcome to speech contest for 2020. Baik, di sini Mem akan menjelaskan aspek-aspek yang akan dinilai dalam melakukan speech contest ini. Di antaranya ada 4, yaitu diction. Diction yaitu pilihan kata yang kira-kira yang cukup relevan dengan topik yang kalian pilih. Yang kedua itu pronunciation, how good you are to pronounce the words in English. Seberapa bagus kalian mengucapkan kata dalam bahasa Inggris itu sendiri. And yang ketiga itu ada structure. Ini fokus untuk grammarnya udah tepat apa belum. And the last one is the content. Nah, isi kalian itu kira-kira cukup relevan tidak dengan topik yang akan kalian pilih nantinya. Nah, sebelumnya saya minta dulu untuk yang join dalam speech contest to open your video in Zoom. Silakan dulu buka kamera video kita bisa lihat orangnya udah ready atau belum. Ini yang udah ini si Angelia. Siapa lagi? Masih Angelia. Terus guys, mana yang lain? Rita dan kawan-kawan mana video ini dibuka aja dulu kameranya. We are waiting for you. Ini ada Rizky kameranya ini landscape. Bisa diputar nggak? Ada Rizky. Silakan buka videonya. Baik, kepada peserta perlombaan pidato bahasa Inggris, kami harapkan videonya supaya dibuka ya, dan silakan videonya buat kontrol jangan skip. Terima kasih. Okay, let's restart our speech contest. The first contestant, let me call you Barnea Kristiani Zaluku from SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Sitoli. Silakan. Barnea.
Saya hadir Kak, terdengar suaraku?
Oke, silakan membuka video zoom-nya dulu Barnea.
Udah terdengar suaraku?
Oke, di sini dulu.
Halo, terdengar suaraku?
Okay, let's restart. Time is yours, Barnea Christian Jalutu. Take your time.
Halo, 1, 2, 3, terdengar suara itu Kak?
Ya, terdengar.
Terdengar suaraku? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the real story, my first time. First, let's thank to God who has given blessing to us, so we can meet together in this time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Parnean Kristiana Luku from SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Sitoli, 12 MIPA 1. Now, I would like to give my speech the title, The Roles of Young Generation in Preserving Local Culture. So, first of all, I will explain about the meaning of culture. Do you know the meaning of culture? According to expert culture, means life method which grab up the specific area which give by generation to generation. We have 1,000 layers of culture. We have a high precious of art and external masterpiece such as music, language, and traditional dance and housing. Along with the development of science, a passion for preserving culture is fading. Why? Because of the advancement of science and technology, the impact of globalization, lack of awareness, is no love for our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, now many teenagers are affected by globalization. For example, the teenager when getting out of bed is looking for hands, for look notification from Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and it's right. Now, Indonesian teenagers love more than and they forgot Indonesian traditional music one by one and step by step. And can you see that? Foreign culture almost changed all about. Indonesian lifestyle tour from 3 years. Food, fun, and fashion. Food. Many kinds of food outside. A little get rid of the native foods area with modern food like burger. Also follow the trend of the coast. It's like side costs and hotels. It's very network our nation, the utmost modesty. Recently, the generation of this nation looks like not for all. But what happened? So, as the young generation, we must play a role and take a part to report it. Ensure Sukarno, our first president, once said, "Give me 10 of what, then I will take the world." This tells us that the role of youth is so important. In the case, youth can be the from toward imagining and keeping our culture heritage with all their talents and creativity. Youth can enrich the culture we have. We must our culture. Where do we have to start? Of course, we should start from our own self. If it's not us who love for our own culture, then who else will? We must feel proud is showing ourselves at times. They're our culture. Start from ourselves, our families, and our surroundings. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, the main thing should be one issue, should be educated, well with a good character, so that can filter anything they will do. Besides, they will fill their life with positive things. Finally, they will do their best for keeping for the existence of our cultural heritage. I wish my work can open up our eyes and raise our spirits on who we can love our culture. I am proud of my ancestral heritage. I love motherland's heritage. I love Indonesia. I think that's all on my speech. I do apologize for some mistakes in delivering my speech. Thank you for your attention. Ya aho.
Okay, thank you for the performance of Pamela Christiani Zaruto. So continue by Teta Mas Munita Sinapu from Mankaro. Teta, are you there? Teta. Teta. Mas Munita Sinapu. Teta. Awat Megariawati, Stefani Siagian, ada orang? Once more I call for Megariawati Stefani Siagian.
Saya, Mem.
Oke, silakan. Time is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to invite you all to express our gratitude to the God for His blessing in our lives so that we can gather around in this great hall on this beautiful day. Second of all, I would like to express my gratitude to all people who have devoted their energy and attention to make this event run smoothly as we experience today. I would also like to thank the committee for giving me the chance to deliver my speech in this memorable event. My name is
sorry Megaria, silakan matanya tertuju kepada kamera. Okay, focus on your camera so that we can see your face and your performance. Megariawati. Megariawati. Is there you? Megariawati Stefani Siagian. Masih di tempat atau saya lempar ke tempat yang lain? Megaria, once more I call for Megariawati Stefani Siagian. Okay, before we want to start again and waiting for our friends Megariawati, and I will call the next participant for Maria Simamora from Setiabudi Abadi Berbagai. Hadirkan Maria Simamora.
Ma'am. Saya, ma'am.
Okay, silakan. Take your time. It's yours.
Wait, ma'am. I want to ask you. Can I read my text?
Okay. Let me tell you the rules. We cannot read the text. We are the speech context.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. So before I read my speech, I will introduce myself. My name is Marisma Mora. I'm school at Yayasan Perguruan Setiabudi Abadi Perbongan. I'm
Sorry,
class.
Maria.
Ma'am.
Tidak diperbolehkan membaca teks langsung, without teks, tanpa teks.
Aduh.
Silakan.
Good morning, everyone. So before I read my speech, I will introduce myself. My name is Marisma Mora, class 10 senior high school. I am from Yayasan Perguruan Setiabudi Abadi Perbongan. So I will start with my speech. First of all, let us thank to God who has given healthy, so we can meet in this condition even though it's online. The Honorable of the juries, the Honorable of the Honored University Quality Berastagi, and the Honorable all my friends and other present at this time. Now I will read my speech on the topic of the rules of young generation in preserving local culture. As we know, Indonesia known as a country rich in spices and rich in culture, because Indonesia consists of several provinces and has different culture from each region. We take the example of culture from North Sumatra. There are more than culture that we can find there. For example, traditional houses, traditional clothes, traditional dances, traditional weapons, tribes, folk song, and last regional language. Ladies and gentlemen, and as we know, if we don't care it and take care of it, it will disappear. The young generation now must know, enforce, and care about the culture. We are the nation generation. We will define what if we have in this country. But we also, even young people now, don't know the culture they have in their own area. And young in this era think that mentioning and preserving local culture has no benefits. This is even by many young people like Western culture, where culture holds a very important role in supporting economy of our region. And many young people today don't know about Indonesian culture. Even so, when we were still in school, we studied it, but many forgotten it. I'm very proud of Indonesian culture, with its very overflow and glades. And even some tourists who come to Indonesia like to wear ulus when they come to Lake Toba or North Sumatra. Ladies and gentlemen, and we know that now we don't live in ancient times. Every year, even when times are growing and instantly following foreign culture. For young people now, many are fooled by other culture, so they forget their own culture. Although in the past culture was known as we were of a country or region that will never be lost. But we can see that it does not apply to now. Because the development of new culture is getting more and more. And sadly and really did like culture from other countries and live our culture itself. But as we can see, this year there are also many Indonesian youths who have developed the old culture. For example, batik cloth. And it is almost used by all Japanese youths. They make good styles from batik cloth. Whereas this is of your young now, it's to preserve culture that have long been forgotten. Example, like we can preserve them again by directly participating in cultural festival in their respective region, so that they can get to know and love the culture in the regions or in Indonesia. This is for proofs that Indonesian youth will be responsible in the future development of the Indonesian, because the young generation has great potential and had great creativity. Today, let's young generation now must know professional, creative, and innovative personnel, so that can become more visible. So start now of young generation in Indonesia. Let's care about our culture. Let's develop our culture and instill for our culture. Don't wasting your time on the wrong thing. Well, I think it's enough. If I mistake in my word, I'm sorry. And I close. Good morning. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you Maria Simamora from Setia Budi Abadi Pertahunan. Oke, saya panggilkan kembali untuk Mega Riawati. Dia udah di sini kan? Sudah bergabung? Mega Ria.
Sudah, ma'am.
Oke, Mega Ria. Silakan lagi. Take your time and time is yours.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. Bullying may seem like a small problem for some people. Most people may not realize that the damage caused by bullying can be so serious. It can be as serious as death in extreme cases. If you think that bullying is not a serious matter to deal with just because it merely hurt feelings, then I have to tell you that you are completely wrong. This merely hurt your feelings. This thing can be the beginning of various worse scenarios, such as physical.
Megalia,
Yes.
pastikan letakkan kameranya yang tepat di hadapan kamu, tepat di depan wajah kamu. Oke, jangan ini susah sekali. Control kamera and please do not read anything around of you. Karena kita tidak diperbolehkan sebenarnya membaca di sini. So we know you are reading something or not. Posisikan kamera yang tepat di depan hadapan kamu. Posisi kameranya di atas dulu dikit ya. Dan lanjutkan pidato kamu.
As I said just now, that bullying is not a serious problem for some people, just because we simply don't see the damage. But the thing is based on my experience as a teacher. I learned that the effect of bullying can stay undetected for years. In this time, the effect of bullying keeps corrupting the soul of the victim. They may hold it inside as a graduate, or they may also develop trauma which may result in self-withdrawal from the society. I believe that this is something that we don't want to happen to our children. That is why we have to act right now to stop it.
Apakah Media sedang membaca sesuatu?
Enggak.
Okay.
That means
you're reading something or not. So please be a good contestant.
That is why we have to act the right now to stop it, and it means all of us with no exception. For your attention, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Megaria, sorry Megaria, would you mind to tell your school?
About bullying, ma'am.
Sekolah kamu dari mana? Sekolah.
Apa?
Your school?
Oh, at Seman 12 Medan.
Okay, the next participant will be for okay. Before we continue our
Apa? Kenapa begini? Iya.
Oke, kita akan kasih jeda sementara dulu selama 5 menit panitia. 10 menit. 10 menit kita jeda terlebih dahulu before we continue our performance. Thank you. Okay, let's continue our speech contest. We are calling for Catherine Selomita Balagutaro from SMA Negeri 17 Medan. Catherine Selomita. Adakah orangnya? Oke, speaker saya kami silakan. Catherine?
Yeah, ma'am.
Silakan.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. First of all, let us praise and thank God, who is Almighty, for His blessing and protection for us, so that Until now, we are in good health. The Honorable Committee of the Quality 2021 Olympiad. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Catherine Salomita Kacaribu. I'm from 17th State Senior High School, Medan. On this happy occasion, I want to deliver a speech about unity in diversity. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what is unity in diversity? Yes, of course you know, the slogan of our own nation, the Indonesian nation. The slogan of the Indonesian nation, which means different but still one. Well, here there is the cooling way. You see English, unity in diversity, which means united in differences. But as you know, the longer we notice that there are still our friends who like to be friends with their own tribes. If this is how we can mingle and how we can together build our nation and stage. If our fellow citizens Indonesian still can beat it, the name of difference. We must be able to beat it. And for example, like the colors of a rainbow. Imagine if the rainbow doesn't have a different colors. It is certainly won't be seen by the eye. And it is with the flowers in the garden, with the beautiful colors and in various forms. Make us really like to collect these beautiful flowers. And besides being beautiful for us to look at, we can also use them to cool the room of the house. And likewise with humans, God created our tribes and cultures to beautify this world, to decorate the world that He has entrusted for us. And finally, I would like to conclude that one point we should know that differences are beautiful. Remember that we are all one in God, despite our ethnic culture and race set us apart. And live in diversity make us more beautiful. I'm Catherine Salomita Kacaribu. Say thank you to the attention and opportunity that has been given for me. Good morning.
Okay, thank you, from Catherine Salomita. Let's continue for the next participant from SMA Negeri 1 Kebanjai. Let's call Hannah Veronica Ginting. Hannah Veronica Ginting.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, take your time is yours.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. First of all, let us say thanks for one and the only God because of His blessing, so we can be still in the good conditions until now. And I want to say thanks for judges and Quality University because make this competition and give me opportunity to deliver my speech today. Okay, let me introduce myself to you. So my name is Hannah Veronica Bergenting, and I go to school in the senior high school, number 1, Kabanjahe. So the title of my speech today is Unity in Diversity. Actually, this topic is very familiar to us, and it can be seen clearly from the emblem of our country, that Garuda gripping the words Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Indonesia is a country that not just only rich in natural beauty, but also very rich in ethnic and culture too. There are around 1,340 ethnic groups and 718 regional languages, which make Indonesian very diverse. Because of that, unity in diversity was created. Even though we are different, but we are still one unit, namely Republic of Indonesia. Here, I want to invite all of us to love the different around us. So many culture and new things that we can really learn and broaden our horizon so that we think, wow, Indonesia is a country with a very rich ethnic and culture. Besides that, if we're talking about a diversity, actually we can see a diversity around us. For example, when Chinese people celebrate their big day or what we know as Imlek. When they celebrate their big day, we also feel enjoy and happiness too. Not just that, we can also try a various food like a puyung hai and an nyen kau, a very delicious food, and I think you must try it too. Besides that, when we celebrate Kerja Tahun, actually they also feel excited to our culture too. Start from a guro-guro aran even until to a traditional food like chimpa, and I think they must try a pagit-pagit and a treatise. Because this food has a unique and specialty task that cannot explain in the words, so you must try if you need to know about it. This is just example of two different tribes from 1,340 different tribes in Indonesia. How wonderful our country. If we're talking about a diversity, actually, the song that we often sing every day come from a different. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. A different tone make the harmony. How beautiful a different can make the harmony. Because of that, let all of us love the different. In the editions, which Indonesian has a stunning natural beauty, actually the different has a unique and specially attracted for a foreign tourist. And I think if we can maintain unity in diversity and keep our country safe from a conflict, I believe unity in diversity can make the national income of our country become highest. Not just that, Indonesian can show its instances as a country that uploads unity in diversity. But unfortunately, there are some bullying cases because of the different. Actually, bullying not just impact on the physical, but also in the mental too. People who experience bullying can generally experience, and bullying never stop. A very viral bullying in 2020 located in US and made one black man named George died. These cases located in US and make big demonstrations tell about Black Lives Matter happen. Actually, without we knowing, there are some bullying cases around us with different contexts and we must stop it. Because live in diversity make us more beautiful. Let all of us make unity in diversity become a foundation of the different. Because in the essence, rainbow become beautiful, not because it just has one color, but because it has many colors. Life, like this too. Let all of us rise highest unity in diversity and complementary unity. Let all of us make the different become the harmony. Okay, that's all about my speech today. And if I have any mistake, I'm so sorry. And for your attention, I say thank you.
Okay, thank you for the nice performance from Hama Veronica Buginting. The next participant, let's recall Ibrena Christina Talia from the Spring School with Hannah. Take your time and time is yours.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning to honorable judges and anyone who can hear my speech. Before I can start, I want to say thanks for our great God because of his blessing I can deliver my speech. And also I want to say thanks for Quality University and all of the judges for giving me an opportunity. My name is Ibrena Christina Talia and I go to school in Senior High School number 1 in Kabanjahe. Well, the topic of my speech today is the roles of young generation in preserving local culture. Nowadays, Indonesia needs us as youngsters to know about our culture well in order to anticipate the effect of globalization and westernization. We know that globalization and westernization will enter into all corners of so many countries in this world, and we need to do an action. Maybe some of you think, why should we as youngsters? That's because we as a youngsters still have a lot of energy, and that is our responsibility to introduce our local culture to our next generation in the future. And why is local culture important to us? Local culture is a part of our regional identity, indicating our origin and characteristics. But sadly, nowadays there are so many young generations are no longer care about their local culture. For example, in Caroline, we know and still often do Kerja Tahun or the yearly party. At the yearly party, we as youngsters will be asked to lend up. But most of us are ashamed to learn them. Why? Because we think the traditional dance like tari tiga serangkai or tari roti manis are out of date and we prefer to do K-pop dance. If we, as young generation, are no longer care about our local culture, in the future, our children and grandchildren will completely forget about their ancestral culture and our culture will become extinct. Now, we need to do an action. What should we do? Here's some simple action that I think we can do as the youngsters to preserve our local culture. And the first is want to learn about local culture. As the youngsters in Caroline, we must know the traditional dance and the traditional food. Just imagine if our ancestors no longer know how to make chimpa, then we will never know what is the chimpa and how delicious is the chimpa. So I think that's why we must learn the traditional dance and the traditional food so we can introduce it to our next generation. And the second is introduce our local culture creatively. As youngsters, nowadays, we are required to be creative through media and applications that we have. So why don't we use it to introduce our local culture? For example, if you like dancing, you can introduce your traditional dance through TikTok or the other application. And the last is active in cultural activities. As the youngsters, we are still strong and have a lot of energy, right? So I think there is nothing wrong if we are active in cultural activities. Like, you know, Guru-Guru Aron. In Guru-Guru Aron, we will know each other and more understand about the tutor. So now we know that preserving local culture is very, very important. So let's preserve our local culture together with our own ways and abilities. Our culture is precious and unique. Don't lose it. That is all about my speech today. If I have any mistake, I'm so sorry. And for your attention, I say thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the nice performance from Ibu and his team from SMA Negeri 1 Jangan. And then the next one is the let's call for Natalia Ginting from Senior High School number 1 Tiga Natalia. Okay. The next participant, Angelia Saraki. Angelia Saraki. Ada kan? Okay. Angelia.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Take your time and time is yours.
Good morning, brothers and sisters here, and good morning to the honorable judges. My name is Angelia Saragi. I'm from Setia Budi Abadi High School. First of all, let us be grateful to God. Because of His goodness, we can still be healthy in this pandemic COVID-19 situation. My special occasion to stand here is to deliver my speech about the roles of the younger generation in preserving local culture. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, even the world, know that Indonesia is a country known for its diversity, both ethnicity and culture. However, if asked how many tribes there are in Indonesia, perhaps the current generation can only answer with a matter of fingers. It's sad, but this is the real situation. The current generation
does not really care about their own culture and prefers westernized culture. While Western people themselves are now busy studying our culture. And even one country like Australia has made gamelan a subject at the high school level. Are we not awesome? Are we not as if we have been slapped harshly? For that, the young generation, let's we both meditate in our own hearts individually. Let, as the younger generation, try to love our own culture through small things, such as wearing batik during formal events, or maybe kebaya for us women. Dress politely and friendly and courteous to elders and peers. That's our culture. Will people at our culture be taken? Then, do young people care before that happen? I don't think so, especially in millennials. Paulo Coelho ever said, culture is not something inherited from gangs. What does it mean? Children from Japanese families do not necessarily understand Japanese culture, as well as children from other tribes. Therefore, as the younger generation, let's our protect and preserve culture, at least through these little things. Because we young people are an important element for our ethnicity, language, culture, and country in the future. Care about our culture, Eastern culture, Indonesian culture. Proud to be a young Indonesian, proud of diversity, proud to be the young successor of Indonesian culture. So young men, give the best for your culture, my culture, our culture, Indonesia. This is my culture, this is my nation, this is Indonesian. This is all, and thank you everybody.
Okay, thank you for entering your Salagi performance. For the next participant, let's we call Glory Natania satu from SMA Negeri 1 Pancur Bandung. Adakah? Gloria.
Yes, I'm here, ma'am.
Okay. Take your time and time is yours. Give your best performance.
Okay. My honorable juries and all audience, good morning, everybody. First of all, let us say thanks God who give us a good chance to meet here in this moment. Let me to introduce myself. My name is Glory Netania Sitepu, and I'm from Senior High School of Negeri 1 Pancur Batu. Yeah, today I would like to deliver my speech that has topic about the roles of young generation in preserving local culture. Rasa sayangnya, lihat dari jauh, rasa sayangnya. I often hear that song in the Upin cartoon. Any one of you seem like me? Yeah, must be a lot, right? But is this song Malaysian culture? Tetong, no, it's Maluku culture belongs to Indonesia, which has been claimed by Malaysia. According to KBBI, culture is a thought, common sense, and customs. I conclude that culture is an identity of one nation that has been passed down from generation to generation. Well, let's see our nation, Indonesia. In our historical records, claimed by another nation. Gayo Cafe, claimed by the American company. Toraja Cafe is patented by a Japanese company. Batik, Panda Dance, and many more. Hey, Indonesian people, wake up. when this problem will be the end. We have so many diamonds, but we ignore them. When the other nation take it, we start to action. Much of Indonesia's identity is in danger of being lost. Why? Because we don't care about our culture. If this situation continues, Indonesian culture will only remain in the memory and writings or shows from the past. Can we enjoy its beauty directly? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are the young generation. And as the young generation, we have to take a roles in preserving local culture. Like 1, recognize Indonesian art and culture. Then foster a sense of pride in local culture because it's the nation state. 2, apply Indonesian culture in social relationships. Not all foreign culture are compatible with our culture, such as talking with older, how to use clothes, and how to date. 3, using social media to promote culture to the outside world. Our local culture from and for the life and hope, the cultural activities can continue to know Indonesian culture. Come on, the young generation, don't wait to lose first, then realize that your boyfriend is the important one for you. We cry and say, if I didn't ignore him, I wouldn't lose him. I love him, I miss him, blah, blah, blah. Don't ignore our culture, love, and preserve that will it's still ours. All right, everybody. That's all my speech today. I hope that we are, as the young generation, can be responsible in carrying out our roles to preserving local culture. Thanks for your attention.
Okay, thank you for the Glory Natania Sitapo. Thank you for the nice performance. And then before we continue our next participant, we give time to make kita kasih jeda dulu untuk sejenak. Selanjutnya kita akan lanjutkan untuk penampilan dari Ivan Mikhail Leonardo Brothers. Silakan.
Ini. Naik dulu Nora. Tolong aku Nora. Atau nggak usah kau pegang Seba. Coba di sini. Bagus, bagus. Ini udah gelap kali.
Okay. Let we call once more Bu Iva Mikaya. Adakah Iva Mikaya? Okay, the next participant is Ade Rizky Maulina. Ade Rizky Maulina, ada?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Silakan take your time. If time is yours, give your best performance.
Okay, ma'am. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable judges and my beloved friends. First, let's say thanks to God who has given blessing to us, so we can face-to-face together by online. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ade Rizky Maulina. I am from SMA Aloslia Tanjung Merawa. Now, I would like to give my speech under the title of Shape Our Culture. So, I will explain about the meaning of culture. Do you know the meaning of culture? Culture means life. Method means grow up, which has high pieces of art and ancestral masterpiece, such as music, language, traditional dance, and cuisine, along with the development of time. A passion for preserving culture is fading. Why? Because of the advancement of science and technology, the impact of globalization, lack of awareness, there is no love for our nation. Now that many teenagers are affected by globalization. For example, the teenagers were getting out of bed just looking for handphone, for notification from Twitter, Facebook, and it's true, right? Now, Indonesian teenagers love modern music, and they forgot Indonesian traditional music one by one and step by step. And can you see that? Foreign culture almost saying about foreign culture almost saying about Indonesian lifestyle too. From 3F, food, fun, and fashion. In this globalization era, West culture is easy to enter Indonesia, even grow and keep growing very fast. It looks like we feel more confident if we try to imitate the West culture. Another case is our culture confession by Malaysia. They claim our culture is there, for example, like Teok Ponorogo, Batik, Rasa Sayangi Song, and many more. Diseases can be a motivation to assess young generation to more care about Indonesian culture. We can't just blame them who have stole our culture. We must save our culture. Where do we have to start? Of course, we should start from our own selves. If it's not we love our own culture to as would, we must feel proud in showing our self-esteem, our culture heritage. I love my mother heritage. Our families. I love Indonesian. Please forgive my for any mistake on my own. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you for the performance from Ade Rizky Maulina. The next participant, let's recall Jessica Berbandia from SMA Suasana Asli GBKP Berastagi. Jessica.
Yes, ma'am.
Jessica. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, take your time, give the performance.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. First of all, let us say many thanks for our Almighty God. Because of His blessing, we still can do this competition, even though in a pandemic situation, we have to do it through the network in a long distance. I hope we are all in a healthy condition and we still get the spirit from ourselves to do our activities in this pandemic. I also want to say many thanks for all the judges, committees, and all the contestants here because you have given me an opportunity to deliver my speech, which the title is The Roles of Young Generation in Preserving Local Culture. Before I continue my speech, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Mesika Brupandia, and I'm from SMA Swasta Masehi Berastagi. Indonesia is one of the richest country of culture in this world. We know that there are about 360 tribes in Indonesia. Because there are so many culture in Indonesia, the other country want to take our culture. Why I say it like that? I will give you a simple example. When I have a beautiful clothes and I don't know the value of my clothes, to keep it, I will take care of my clothes. The other people who knows the value of my clothes will take it from me and will give it, right? It is same like our culture. When we don't know the value of our culture and the other country know the value of our culture, they will take it from us. I will give you a proof. Windu Nurianti, the Vice Minister of Education and Culture from 2011 until 2014, said that Malaysia, our neighbor country, had claimed 7 times our culture from 2007 until 2012. 2007, Malaysia had claimed Reok Ponorogo from Indonesia. In December 2008, Malaysia had claimed Rasa Sayangnya song from Indonesia. And in January 2009, Malaysia had claimed batik from Indonesia until the world knows that batik comes from Malaysia, not from Indonesia. Why it can happen? It because there is no roles in young generation until we don't care to our culture, and young generation don't want to keep our culture because we don't know the value of our culture. Why we are talking about culture? What is culture? According to E.B. Taylor, culture is something like beliefs, arts, customs, laws by the humans as the member of society. So what is local culture? It is all about our beliefs, our laws, our tradition, our customs in this local area. Where is our local area? It is in Tanah Karo. What is our local culture? It is Karo culture. So ladies and gentlemen, I will give you 3 examples of our culture, of our local culture from Tanah Karo. The first is annual party. Annual party is held by every village in Tanah Karo every year, maybe in different times. If we are talking about annual party, I really miss about traditional dance, traditional song, traditional food. I really miss the taste of chimpa. I miss the taste of tritas. I miss everything from annual party that we cannot hold it again now because of coronavirus. So let's pray so that coronavirus goes from this world so we can do annual party again. And the second is kinship system. What is kinship system? It is like merga si 5, tutur si 8, rakut si 3, perkade-kaden 10-2 tambah sada. And the last is marriage system. In marriage system, if we want to marry with other person, we cannot only by holding the big party we can marry with other person. No, we have to do mbah belos lambar first and then nganting manu, so we can hold a big party. So do you know that in every party or in every ceremony, we always hear someone do ngerengget. Do you know what is ngerengget? Ngerengget giving advices to the party owner through our song. So someone who does ngerengget have to be a creative person because we have to create our words through our song. So ladies and gentlemen, what are our ways as young generation in preserving our local culture? The first is love it. Love our culture and place it to your heart. So we so we cannot leave our culture anymore. And the second is take our culture to international. Do you know what is my biggest dream? My biggest dream is to see Indonesia as a developed country with their culture. Do you know that the country in Europe are a developed country because of their industry, because of their modern technology? And I want to see Indonesia become a developed country because of our industry, because of their modern technology, because of our culture. I want to see Indonesia with their culture to be a developed country in this world. That's my dream. So I hope we can pray for Indonesia so we can preserve our local culture to international. And the third, make it to be a creative. I ever see in TikTok video or Instagram that some young generation to make the content in their video by using our custom. I'm so happy to see that because they are proud in using our custom, in using our culture in their video. I hope we are as young generation in here also want to make them like that video. We can make it to be creative through TikTok video and Instagram so the other people knows we love our culture and we don't want to lose it. So ladies and gentlemen, to end this speech, I want to give you a little bit of ngerengget. Maybe I'm not too clever in giving this ngerengget, but I believe that we are all in here want to learn. So to end this video, to end this speech, I want to give you ngerengget a little bit. O tanah karo si malam, kuta kemulihan, kuta simbelin, ingan tacio cilinggam, anak merana si muda-muda, generasi muda ulat tadingkan budaya. Thank you so much for your attention. Bujuras Mazua-Zua.
Okay, thank you for the nice performance. Jessica Patia from Universitas Berastagi. The next participant, next we call Didika Diadi. Didika Diadi. Ardiadi. Didi. Are you there? Sudah ada kawannya? Didika Diadi. Okay, let's return to Eka Wirawan Hulu from SMA Negeri 3 Gunung Sitoli, Nias. Eka Wirawan. Eka?
Ya.
Okay. Silakan give your best performance.
Hello, my name is Eka Wirawan Hulu. My school SMA Negeri 3 Gunung Sitoli. Best wishes to all of us. Ya'ahu. Dear the jury, committee from University Quality, as we are friends who have participated in the English speech competition. Praise and thanks God for bestowing His grace and gifts so that we can attend the English speech competition via Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, I will deliver a speech about the roles of young generation in preserving local culture. As we all know, culture is a developing group or society and are passed down from generation to generation. This is important because by speaking openly, a community can listen to each other, to talk to other people on their hand. There is less public awareness of interdependence with other communities which cannot be avoided, which is also one of the factors causing the low level of conflict between communities in the form of talks related to the bad, but about mutual understanding and avoidance between one society against another that can trigger revenge. Local culture at this time has been forgotten. For example, the anti-offering culture. Dear friends, as the entity of the nation, the local culture must be maintained for its authenticity and ownership so that it cannot be recognized by other countries. This is closely related to other of culture into our culture. As we all know, example of culture in how to dress in our culture. We place great importance on dress code that is polite on post. However, due to the entry foreign cultures, the cultures change. Now, cultures that open up the genitals as it has become a habit that has become deeply embedded in our society. As another example, the types of food we consume are also starting to be influenced by external cultures. People now prefer to eat food that comes from outside, such as KFC, burgers, and others. Ladies and gentlemen, the community considers the food to be hygienic, modern, and practical. Without us realizing that food has now become a daily menu in our life. This has resulted in the increasing scarcity of various types of food traditional. If it continues, the increasing scarcity to happen, it is inevitable that our children and grandchildren will not know the types of traditional food that come from their area of origin. Ladies and gentlemen, we as the young generation play an important role in this problem. The main task that must be addressed is how to maintain and preserve the local culture as well as possible in order to train the national culture that will make Indonesia proud. So, how should the younger generation play their role in preserving local culture? First, get to know the local culture. Second, preventing it from being recognized by other countries. Third, creating awareness to preserve art and culture. Fourth, have a sense of pride. And the last, introduce culture diversity to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friend, therefore, the young generation is the hope for the future of the nation as future leaders. On the shoulders of the younger generation, that the fate of the nation is at stake. If the young generation has superior quality and strong enthusiasm and advancing regional culture based on faith and noble morals, the nation will be great. Oh, the young generation. The proverb says, great men are not born great, they grow great. Our time is very limited, so don't waste it living like other people live. Come on, ignite your enthusiasm in protecting and preserving Indonesia cultural heritage. This is my speech at this time. I hope my speech is useful for the younger generation or society and the whole Indonesian nation if there are words that are not pleasing to the memory and listeners. Please forgive me. Thank you for the attention. Ya aho.
Okay. Terima kasih. Itu the nice performance for Golden Story SMA Negeri 3. Yes, ya. Thank you for Eka Wirawan Hulu. The next performance, next we call Didi Kurniadi. Is there any yang ada Didi Kurniadi? Didi Kurniadi. Didi Kurniadi ada kan? Soalnya di sini ada yang di situ namanya Didi Kurniadi. But we can show the person who is it. Didi Kurniadi. Didi Kurniadi, is there you? Didi. Didi Kurniadi. Okay. I think we just have finished our speech contest. Could you mind to all the participants to open your video Zoom? Silakan buka semua videonya so we can see one each other. Oke, silakan dulu buka Zoom-nya biar kita tahu each other dari masing-masing sekolah. Mesita, open your video Zoom. Mesita. Okay, before we finish our speech contest, let me tell you something that whatever the result of this speech contest is, it's okay if you are the winner or not. At least kalian udah coba, kalian udah tahu kemampuan kalian sebatas apa, dan kalian bisa mengevaluasi diri kalian untuk pertandingan berikutnya. Maka tahu another time atau another quiz, ada lagi pertandingan speech contest, kalian bisa ikut untuk menambah wawasan kalian. At least you have experience, kalian udah tahu, kalian punya pengalaman. Oh, ternyata tidak tahu bahasa Inggris seperti ini. Kemampuan saya di sekarang ini kurang ditambah ini, kurang ditambah itu. Nah, Apapun hasilnya nanti, saya harap kalian tetap semangat dan tetap go forward ya. Oke, saya kembalikan ke panitia. Oke, baik, terima kasih. Kita kasih waktu untuk tim juri. Sebentar lagi akan mengumumkan siapa saja yang menjadi pemenang di perlombaan ini. Mari kita saksikan penampilan video profil kampus.
Oke, baik, terima kasih Bapak Ibu dan juga seluruh peserta pertandingan qualify tahun 2021. Sebelum kita mengumumkan para juara atau para pemenang di kompetisi kita pada hari ini, perlu kami sampaikan bahwa semua peserta yang tampil adalah pemenang dan ada beberapa informasi yang mau kita sampaikan tentang seputar video yang ditayangkan tadi dari fasilitas dan juga program studi yang ada di kampus kita. Ada juga yang mau kita sampaikan, ada beberapa UKM yang ada di kampus kita, dan juga hal yang paling menarik di kampus kita yaitu kita menyediakan fasilitas kepada mahasiswa yang berkuliah di kampus kita, yaitu yang pertama karena kita memiliki Telp bahasa Inggris, jadi kita ada selama 5 semester diberikan pendidikan gratis les bahasa Inggris di kampus kita selama 5 semester gratis. Dan juga di kampus kita menyediakan juga les komputer juga. Jadi di samping kita berkuliah di kampus, mahasiswa juga dibekali dengan pendidikan atau les bahasa Inggris dan juga les komputer. Yang itu kita dapatkan secara gratis di kampus kita. Nah, itu salah satu hal yang menarik bagi adik-adik semua. Mana tahu nanti ada yang berminat kuliah di kampus kita, bisa dirasakan langsung atau bagi Anda yang penasaran bergabung di kampus kita di Universitas Quality dan juga Universitas Quality Berastagi. Ya, jadi itu yang bisa kita sampaikan sebelum nanti diumumkan pemenangnya. Sekali lagi di Universitas Quality ada les bahasa Inggris dan juga les komputer yang bisa didapatkan secara gratis selama 5 semester. Mungkin itu saja. Untuk penunjang juga ada beberapa UKM seperti BEM, Presiden Mahasiswa, bela negara, futsal, petangki, badminton, silat, dan juga paduan suara dan yang lainnya juga. Itulah yang fasilitas yang mendukung juga. Selain fasilitas dari kampus, kita juga ada kegiatan-kegiatan organisasi yang bisa ikuti. Mungkin itu saja. Saya serahkan kepada. Oh ya, sebelum pengumuman ini ada satu UKM yang mau kita tampilkan. Ini adalah salah satu UKM yang ada di kampus Universitas Quality dan juga Universitas Quality Berastagi. Selamat menyaksikan.
Ya, itulah tadi penampilan video profil dari salah satu UKM yang ada di kampus Residen Mahasiswa. Sekarang kita akan mengumumkan siapa saja yang menjadi pemenang. Ya. Dan kali ini akan dibacakan Oke, terima kasih untuk kesempatannya. Jujur cukup berat saya rasa mengambil keputusan untuk seluruh partisipan yang sudah bergabung. Sebelumnya saya ucapkan terima kasih yang telah bergabung ke dalam kegiatan pidato bahasa Inggris yang diselenggarakan oleh Universitas Quality Berastagi dan Universitas Quality. Adapun pemenang yang sudah diputuskan, berat saya. Kita akan mulai dari from the bottom to up ya. Start dari kita hanya ambil 1, 2, dan 3. Dan kita mulai dari yang ketiga dulu. The third winner is from SMA Negeri 1 Pancul Batu atas nama Glory Natanya Sitepu. Kami ucapkan selamat. Berikan tepuk tangan untuk teman-teman kita yang dari SMA Negeri 1 Pancul Batu. Okay, the second is from SMA Swasta Masehi GBKP Berastagi, Mesika Baru Pandia. Let's give applause. Okay, pemenang pertama, the first winner is from SMA Negeri 1 Kabanjahe, which name is Hana Veronica Buruginting. Oke, saya kembalikan ke panitia. Ya, itulah tadi pemenang dari perubahan pidato.
Untuk adik-adik yang telah mengikuti perubahan pidato, kami mengucapkan terima kasih. Dan jika ada nanti kesempatan buat adik-adik kuliah, boleh bertemu bersama kami di Universitas Quality. Karena di Universitas Quality juga kita ada les bahasa Inggris yang dilatih atau diajar oleh Ibu Junita. Itu aja yang bisa kami sampaikan. Jika ada yang tidak berkenan di hati dari cara kami dalam melaksanakan kegiatan ini, kami mohon maaf dan sampai jumpa di lain waktu. Terima kasih. Salam sehat buat kita semua.
Baik, kita informasikan sekali lagi untuk pertandingan Mobile Legends tetap berjalan, tapi nanti kita akan bergabung di via Zoom jam 13.00. Kita akan menyaksikan pertandingan semifinal yang akan kita siarkan secara langsung, dan kepada peserta pidato bahasa Inggris kami ucapkan terima kasih. Dan untuk pertandingan Mobile Legends akan kita lanjutkan nanti jam 1. Dan kepada para peserta Mobile Legends nanti akan berharap bergabung dan seluruh teman-temannya diundang untuk meramaikan kegiatan kita. Mungkin itu saja yang boleh kita sampaikan. Atas perhatiannya, mengucapkan selamat siang dan terima kasih.